Yeah. It's been a night, y'all. It's been a night.
Broken.
Wizard101 added 2 new events that are going to be coming into the live realm servers sooner than you think, because at the time of recording this is the 3rd week of test realm. Usually we only have 2 weeks of test realm. If it's really major bugs, they tend to go for the 3rd week. But while we have that time on test realm, I thought I'd go over all the stuff that I've missed or haven't recorded properly, and some changes here and there. But like I said, we are getting 2 new events, so we'll be going over that in the video, so be sure to look forward to it. But if you do enjoy this type of content, remember to like, subscribe, all type of stuff. Follow Twitch, follow TikTok, follow YouTube, all that stuff. You guys already know the whole deal. But let's go over one of the first events, which is called the Fantastic Fight Fest. Now this will take you to this Mander in Crocotopia, right? And you can just literally just teleport here, teleport to the event. But before we go over the tab part, let's actually interact with it, and let's go over the quest, because I did this quest already on my other character, but from what I've heard, the dialogue has changed and everything like that. So I wanted to re-record it and show you guys the dialogue in case you might be that type of person that likes listening to dialogue. So let's quickly go over and let's grab this quest.
Ah! Don't hit me! Odd. Humans are usually so aggressive, especially in high-temperature environments. I'll need to make a note of this. Hello. I am from the Spiral Geographic Society. It is our responsibility to map the spiral and its many dangers. Many dangers. But I need help with the research. You see, I know where these dangerous things are, but the fighting is trickier. I have this condition where I bruise easily and I don't want to do it. Thus, I need volunteers to travel the spiral, fight things, and report back. A fantastic fight fest, if you will. The parameters are quite basic. Check for the World of the Day in the events window. Then, request to join a random fighting instance there, or choose a specific one in the team-up kiosk. If you join through the events window, your level will be automatically and temporarily adjusted to match the instance. How? Magic. Complete instances to earn points, with which you can get Fight Fest coins, which you can turn into me for rewards from the Spiral Geographic Society. The more participants from across the spiral, the more resources the Society will give me, and the better these rewards will be. So, travel to the correct world and fight, fight, fight! But don't die, we are dreadfully underinsured. Oh yes, and participants who have their levels raised, for an instance, will not receive rewards, XP, badge, or quest progress. Dreadful bureaucracy.
There you go. That quest kind of just explains it by default of what this event is. Now, when it comes to the rewards, I know a lot of people are going to ask this, so let's go over here. Now, how does this event work? Obviously, it's not going to last a week. I assume it's not, just because of how big of a requirement this is. So there's different waves of this bar. Every point you earn contributes to the community progress. There are 4 waves. Each wave unlocks better rewards. Each wave lasts 1 week, and progress onto the next wave you can't progress on the next wave until the next week starts. Very straightforward, right? Now there's a lot of coins that you can get from here. Before, when I recorded this video like a week ago or whatever, it didn't even show the coins properly, so I wanted to hold off, and good thing a lot of things changed, so now I can actually make a proper video on this. But in total, from what I've heard, is you get 735 on the entire event bar. Now remember, waves, there's 4 waves. Now each wave only lasts 1 week, so now you get the gist of how your points are and everything like that, right? You do get a lot of points from here. Realistically, 744 points. I mean, if you're trying to grind out the Scroll of Fortune, hey, points are points. I'm not going to be complaining, right? Remember though, you have to join a team and complete instances, and the other one is whatever the featured world is. So for example, on test realm, it is the featured world of Novus. Now my only concern is, if you don't have Novus unlocked, you don't really get the bonus points, which kind of sucks. I don't know if they're going to change that, but when they do release this event for the first time in live realm, highly recommend KI should do like Crocotopia or Wizard City. That's just my recommendation if you want to start off and get the community engaged. That's just my opinion. Now, like I said, you do get 735 points, or I mean coins in total, because in total you start off with 15, 35, 65, 100, 130, 180, 130, and then it just slowly backs down 50, 15. I feel like this should have just accelerated more, and that's just my take on that. But you are getting some daily points. Just remember to do this every day. Now, I know people are going to ask, can you just trade these coins over, right? Slash, what are these coins used for? So let's go over what the coins are used for, and then you'll understand why you can't trade some of this stuff. So let's go over here, and just remember, you can also collect coins from this vendor. I guess you would call it vendor. You can collect coins daily. You get 5 coins. Now you can do this on every character, but remember, no trade. He said no trade icon. You cannot trade these coins. Now that has arised a lot of things in the community, of course, but we'll talk about that shortly. Now there is some gear that you can get. There's the cosmetic stuff, which is the fez, which is the robe. I know some people want the robe. I wasn't able to redeem this on the first week of test run because I was busy catching up on other videos. And then of course you do have, you don't get boots this time around. You just get the wand, or not the wand, the robe and the hat. No wand, nothing like that. We'll go over this template in a second because shout out to Court for getting me all the templates written down while I've been gone. And yeah, there's a mount. There is this pet. Now I believe this pet gives a sharpened blade, a brace, and a blade storm. This will be a good pet regardless for people that are just wanting to get this pet. But remember, this is an exclusive pet. It doesn't say it on there. I wish they update their UI so like it says it on this tab where you can just see, hey, this is an exclusive pet. You're not going to realize it without someone telling you this is an exclusive pet. Now, when I mean exclusive, it means you cannot hatch for this. Now, if I got this pet and someone in my chat or one of you guys, one of the viewers was like, hey, Almond, can I get a lend of this pet? You will never get the pet body back. You can get my talents on my pet, whatever the talents may be, but you will never get the pet body itself. So just be wary of that when you are trying to hatch with somebody that has the feral cat. Do recommend people get it just because it has a sharpened blade and it has a blade storm. There is some good use cases for casual PvE, and the blade storm by itself is really good to have. The brace, I know some people are going to make the argument that's kind of OP, depending on how you look at it, but I'm just kind of mainly going to focus on the blade storm and the sharpened blade on it. It's really good. And then you do have the mount as well. Perm, 40%, no trade as well. So you can, if you redeem this on you like your fire, your storm, yeah, you can't move it over to your other characters. Kind of downside. I don't like that. I feel like the mount should be tradable. I feel like anything you redeem from here should be tradable between your characters. I don't know why that's not a thing. Yeah, that's just my take on that. I get the coins. I get the coins not being tradable, but the gear, everything like that I redeem should be tradable if I just want to be using it for stitching purposes or anything cosmetic. There is a house. I can't visit it in game at the moment. There is no like, hey, here you can visit it. They should have tossed it in the crown shop on test run just so we can view it. But I don't know if anyone's bought it on test room. I couldn't find anybody at the time recording this. But basically it's a new apartment, right? Similar to the team up one that we have in can't even think of the street, but right in front of the bazaar. I can't even think right now. But yeah, right in front of the bazaar, there is the vendor that can sell you the other apartment, so you can get this apartment as well. Now there is reagents you can buy. I'll be honest, don't buy the reagents. There's plenty of spots to farm the reagents. Do not be down bad for these reagents, please, please, please. You can also get tourney coins. You can redeem this at any time, so that's something that you can, you know, look forward to, I guess. There is treasure cards. Treasure cards is up to you, completely up to you if you want to buy any of these. I think the only thing I would probably buy from here shatters at most. Shatters, pierce, and purge. Realistically, that's it. That's all I'm buying if I really need something. There are jewels. Jewels are really nice. They give givers for every school, as well as snipers, as well as proof. Kind of missed opportunity to add like proof defy, sharp shot. They probably have a reasoning behind that, like mighty jewels and everything like that. I was hoping that they would add dealers as well. If they're already going the proof or the giver route, add dealers, add wards. Why not? I mean, just why not? If we're going this route, I mean, this is a good route 100%, but I want to see gold miner on here. I want to see energy jewels. I want to see other stuff. I'm still waiting on that to happen. Or item card, like item card hex, item card curse, dark pact item card. Like I'm waiting on those talents to be in some sort of vendor, which is still not a thing. If anyone's watching this, please add those to some sort of vendor, right? It would be nice. Put some requirement on it, anything like that, people will buy it. Now that you got the idea of what rewards you can get, let's go over the templates. I know some people are going to ask about, hey, is this gear good, Almond? Should I even go for it? Now, I'll be honest, right? If you want the cosmetic sort of this stuff, you can. If you don't want to farm House of Scales drops this cosmetic gear. I mean, it has its stats, of course, but if you just care about the cosmetic portion of it, right, go do House of Scales. Don't waste your time on this gear. Save your coins for all the other stuff. I think people should be prioritizing the pet, in my opinion, or the mount, or even the house, if you care about it. Then after that, do whatever the hell you want. Or maybe the robe or the hat, right? Like the fantastic fight hat and the robe. After that, you can redeem this gear if you care about it. Right, I mean, PvP players might have their own take on this, right? I'm not going to venture into the 50p, 60p, all, you know what I mean, like the whole spiel of PvP. From what I know, looking at the template, shout out to Court, as always, when it comes to the template stuff, getting me prepped up to catch up on all this content, is that it is focused on utility 1, defense 2, and offense 3. So it's prioritizing its utility stats. Let's look at 100, for example. It's prioritizing its utility stats, then it's prioritizing its defense, then it's prioritizing its offense. But realistically, looking at these stats, is that you need to understand is that Fight Fast gear says it's resist, it cares more about resist than its health, and it's very similar to Unreal template. Now the Unreal template, I mean, we're going to venture into the template system, so get ready. Unreal template you get from obviously the Daemonic, Polaris, all that stuff, Polaris, right? And you can also get it from the Florimancer pack, that's a thing too, as well as, you know, the previous template, which is Void. So we kind of gone over like different templates over time. We started off with Void, then we made our way to Florimancer and Real, and now we have this one, which is very similar to that template, but like I said, you lose a little bit of HP in favor of res. Now, like I said, it just comes down to personal preference. There's so many templates in this game. We're only getting started, guys. We're only getting started. A year from now, maybe 2 years from now, we're gonna have so many templates and people are gonna be so lost at what should they prioritize and whatnot. But that's my job here on the channel, is just to keep you guys more informed on what templates you should be prioritizing. But realistically, I wouldn't worry too much about this gear, even if you're trying to make a fair argument for 50 and like 60 if it's a PvP player, sure, but realistically I would save your coins on other things. Now remember, like how I said, these coins are not transferable, you're stuck on that character. So even doing this on multiple characters is a time loss realistically, because you can't trade the coins, you can't trade any of the items that you've gotten from this event, which is kind of a downside. I don't know if they're going to change it. I wasn't informed if they are, so that's all I can really say about that. If you are able to trade this down the line, like all the gear that you redeem and everything like that, I'm happy, that's cool. But at the moment, the time I'm recording this, you can't do that, right? You can't do that. And you do get, like I said, 700, I believe 735 coins. But if you do redeem a coin, like you do interact with them every day, you can get up to 890 coins. Now, keep in mind with the stuff that is costing from here, like 560, I believe the mount, yeah, 835, the pet 670. Now it takes basically the whole event, and each wave lasts a week. So y'all can do the math of how long that takes if you guys get the idea of how long each wave lasts. And another thing is, I believe if you try hovering over something that you want to buy, because when I checked it the other day, it says that there's a wave requirement. Yeah, requires wave 4 to be completed. Now I don't know if this just means wave 4 completed in general, like how, oh, I played during the event and I've completed a wave 4 before, or it doesn't mean that it just has to be wave 4 completed at that time. Because if you don't buy it during that time, you kind of have to wait a whole another section of the event to get to wave 4 again. See, like this one requires wave 2, wave 1, some of the other pieces, I think the pet requires wave 3. So there's a lot of time restrictions on this event, and I think they're doing this is so that people from, like, you know, like your friends or anything like that can start hopping on, and they won't be like too lost or like far behind from the event, and to kind of encourage more people to participate, because this is a community event. This is our first type of event where it's like community. So very interesting to see. I'll have to see when it comes to live round, but at the moment I'm kind of like iffy about things. Like, I don't mind the coins at all. I think the coins are fine, but I think the requirement on the wave I don't really appreciate, because you know, what if I gain all the coins and then, you know, someone has to, like, you know, go to college or like have a job and stuff like that, and they miss out during that one time where the wave is completed, for example like the wave 4, you just like, you're just chalked. you just lost your whole progress if you're trying to get the house, for example. Now you gotta wait a whole nother section to get to wave 1, 2, 3, and then go back to 4. So I don't think this should be the requirement. I think locking the coins, cool, whatever, right? You can't transfer in between characters. There's no reason to do this on multiple characters unless like you're trying to get different stats on different characters, then it's fine. But realistically, there's not really 100% use cases unless there's like badges hidden behind this, but there's not going to be. Same thing with the jewels. At least the jewels aren't, you know, like locked. I'm kind of glad that's not, but most of the other stuff like the gear, the pet, the mount, the decks, they're all no trade. But I think, yeah, realistically they should make this section being able to trade. The house you should be able to trade as well. I don't know why that's not a thing, but reagents, treasure cards, and of course jewels, they should all be trade as well. They shouldn't even have the no trade option. But that's the basic gimmick of this event. Now there is one more event that we can talk about, which I missed out on, which is Lark in the Park. Now luckily I was able to grab a screenshot from someone in the Discord, shout out to you. But literally what this event is you earn points, and this is funny to me because if you are one of my OG followers that used to watch me on Twitch, you see what I'm referencing. Earn bonus points by spending a lazy day in Wizard City. Ride the carousel, find some reagents and chests. Play silver chess games, fill out the progress bar to earn awesome prizes, and purchase a scroll of fortune for crowns for even more rewards. Now, you might be wondering, Almond, what could those rewards be? I don't know what these rewards are going to be changed in the future. But, yeah, you get Firecat, a Piggle, a Unicorn, a Dragon, and an Imp. You might be wondering, well, surely those are placeholders. And judging by what everyone's been telling me, these are not placeholders. These are the actual rewards you will be getting for Lark in the Park. I don't know how I feel about that. I think at that point, there's just slot gold on this. If this is going to be a one-day event, that's another thing. This is a one-day event. Now, there are activities that you can do. I'll post it up on screen because luckily I have a screenshot. Is you have to ride a carousel, win a Shaka Lock game, which is basically from the silver chest, right? You got to find a silver chest and do that. And same thing is win a catch a key game. Same thing, find a silver chest and play that game. Open wooden chests and collect reagents. Of course, very straightforward. Now what I was saying was, if you might know what I'm talking about earlier, like how if you're an OG follower, is you do have to ride the carousel. If you remember back in the day, I would be bored on stream sometimes. I would literally sit on the carousel in the comments for hours and just talk to chat. And it worked for like such a long time. Can I get some Google Gagas in the chat, please? Like, obviously, if I do that nowadays, people probably wouldn't watch my stream. But that's why I always try doing other things on stream. But realistically, that's all I wanted to reference. But the points that you get in total is 25 if you complete everything. I mean, a one-day thing, getting 25 points, I don't know how I feel about it, because realistically, you can just do Beastman. Obviously, ignore the bar because it's test round. But you can do Beastman and you can just keep winning matches and defeat opponents. So I guess depends on how you want to view it. But I don't think this event is the best. I don't know what they're trying to do. I think they're just trying to make events as placeholders till they fix Portal Peril. I'm hoping Portal Peril comes back. We're all waiting for it. I'm pretty sure a lot of people love Portal Peril. It's one of the best events in Wizard101, other than like, I guess you can say Beastman and stuff. But it's literally one of the best events for farming event elements and other sources. So I'm hoping those come back. But you all let me know about Lark in the Park if you're gonna be world's first. I'm just kidding. But like, I don't really like this event. It's not for me, guys. I'll be honest. Realistically, they should switch the rewards. Add like a random variable in one of the rewards, I'd say, for showing up to this one-day event. This one-day event, or add some gold or something. Because yeah, these pets no one cares about. I get like if you're a level 1, maybe this is tailored towards the lower level people, but I'm pretty sure they'll just appreciate gold instead. They already get given a pet when they start the game, so put some gold on here, I guess. That's my guess. Or add a reagent, random rare reagent, or one random mega snack or something. Maybe that's too much to ask for. I don't know, but I don't think that event's good. And then, like I said, I already talked about the Fantastic Fight Fest, which is, hey, cool, you get a lot of coins, can't transfer them. Cool, you get gear, can't transfer them. Pet, same thing, you can't transfer. Mount, you can't transfer. Reagents, treasure cards, jewels, you should be able to transfer. I think some of them you can, some of them you can't. And then as well as they should just remove the complete lockage of you have to wait for the wave to be able to redeem it. I don't think that's what players want. And I get it time gating it, but after the first event of this comes out and we get to wave 4, it's just that you get heavily punished for missing out when you have the correct amount of coins, and then the event starts all over again. That's what I don't appreciate. So I'm hoping that gets changed and just remove that restriction. If you don't want us to be able to transfer coins, I get that, understandable, but the restriction part on when you can redeem it, I don't really like, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have that same viewpoint just like me when it comes to that. And I know some people want to be able to transfer the coins just so that they can move all the items to one character and redeem everything, right? And I don't think they want that, because this is a community focused event. If that was the case, if they didn't mind that, right, what would happen realistically, guys, is that everyone would do this event, right? Everyone would do this event on all their characters. We'll get to wave 4 so easily, right? Because so many people have so many characters and everything like that. Now, once you get your rewards, this event is slowly gonna die down. Not many people are gonna play it, and then we'll have an issue where we barely even get to wave 4. I mean, I could be wrong, this all being in a theoretical sense, because we haven't had this event in live realm. So, you know, time will tell if this event slowly falls off after everyone gets their items. We'll just have to see. But you know, I'm gonna be hopeful regardless, and hopefully this event doesn't flop. But it will depend on, you know, the time frame and stuff. But if we were able to transfer the coins, that would realistically happen, and I don't think they want that. So there is that. But those are the 2 events that are be coming into Wizard101 sooner or later. Test room should be over this week, and then of course all this update stuff should come out next week or the week after. So be on the lookout for that. I still have other videos to post. I still have to post a raid guide. I'm just waiting on some bugs to get fixed in the raid. I don't know what's going on in the raid. I'm kind of been like tired of doing the raid because I keep encountering the same couple bugs. Kind of just been like, okay, cool. So I've just been like not in the mood to test the raid as much. I've recorded hours and hours and hours of raid footage for you guys for whenever you guys see the raid guide. It will be a really amazing raid guide, so be on the lookout for that. But that is it for me. Leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff. Join Discord. We're close to 2K members in Discord. A lot of amazing people in there, as well as don't forget to follow the YouTube channel. We're really close on that grind to 7.5K and eventually 8K, of course. And I appreciate all of you guys that do stop by the streams, that do interact with me and everything like that. I do stream on Twitch, so I eventually will stream on both platforms again, just not sure at the moment. But definitely stop by the Twitch channel and you know, shoot your boy a follow. All the links are down in the description as always, but I want to get to like 3K followers on Twitch as well, and then hopefully partner one day on Twitch. I don't know, it just depends on my time frame with college and everything like that. But yeah, there's that. Enough of yapping, enough of the yapping, enough of the yapping. But that is it for me. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.